Kiran?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are starting now. Okay. The topic that we are going to discuss about today is regarding sequence. Okay. So let me share up my screen and then we will be discussing more about it. So here I'm sharing up my screen. Just let me know whether my screen is visible or not. It's visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Perfect. Okay. So now, basically, when we're talking about mathematics, it's just about numbers, right? It's always about game of numbers. So if I tell you that I'm writing down some numbers over here, say 8, then the next number is say 10, then the next number is 12, then the next two numbers, if I ask you to identify, so what could be the two numbers over here?
14 and 16.
Very good. That would be 14 and 16 because it's a pattern. And what's the pattern? We are adding two numbers to it, right? 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 2, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 14 plus 2, 16, so on. Perfect. If I ask you another pattern, say for example, if the number is 8, then the number is 12, then the number is 16. So what could be the two numbers over here?
20 and 24.
20 and 24. What numbers have you added over here?
4.
Four numbers. Perfect. Now I'm writing another pattern. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. What could be the other two numbers over here?
Sir, now I'm confused.
Okay, try to think about it. It's quite a simple pattern. 1, then you have 2, then you have 4, then it's 8, then 16.
32.
Very good. How did you get that?
By adding them.
Okay, like 1 plus 1, you got 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 8, 16. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's 32. What would be the next number?
64.
64. This is one way which you have thought. I'll tell you another method. What's double of 1? It's 2. What's double of 2? 4. What is double of 4? 8. Double of 8, 16. 16's double is 32. 32's double is 64. So you are just multiplying the number by 2, right? That is another way by which you can think of. Okay. What about this? The number is 1. Then you add something and you get 2. Then the number is 4. Then the number is 7. Then the number is 11. Then the number is 16. Okay. Think of two more numbers in this pattern. 1, then you have 2, then 4, then 7, then 11, then 16. So what would be the two next numbers?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Uh, what do you add to 1 to get 2?
1.
You add 1. What do you add 2 to get 4? Plus 2.
2.
Then from 4 to 7?
3.
3. Correct. Then from 7 to 11?
4.
4. Very good. Then 11 to 16 is plus 5. So what should be added
Yes.
now over here? Plus 6, correct? So what number will you get?
6.
So 16 plus 6. That's 24 or 22 or 20?
22.
22. That's correct. And next we are going to add 7 to it. So when we add 7 to it, 22 plus 7 will give you the number
29.
29. So this is another pattern which you have learned, right? Okay. One more pattern. You know the squares of number. 1 square is 1, then the square of 2 is 4, then the square of 3 is 9, then the square of 4 is 16. What is the square of 5?
25.
And what is the square of 6?
36.
36. So in all these questions, if you look, there are different patterns which are being formed. Let's understand the pattern. In this, what is the pattern? You're basically adding plus 3, then plus 5, then you're adding plus 7. So next you will be adding plus 9. The next would be plus 11. So you are adding some numbers over here, and those are odd numbers. So you are adding odd number to get the next number, correct? In this, you added different numbers to get the numbers. Then in this, the pattern was you multiplied it by 2. 1 into 2, then 2 into 2, then 4 into 2, then 8 into 2, then 16 into 2, and then 32 into 2. So this was another pattern. In this question, you had just added four numbers, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, and plus 4, correct? And if you look at the first question, in this you added plus 2. We have one more student over here added. Good evening, Ojaswata.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Ojaswata, we have just started with the chapter and we were just discussing about the patterns. Over here, I had given some questions and I had asked the student to ask Kiran to find out the next two numbers falling in the pattern. And then we were studying the pattern. So this is what we have got, right? In fact, you also try one. I'm giving you a pattern. See, the number is, the first number is 15. The next number is 20. The next number is 25. And you have to tell me which would be the other two numbers over here. Anyone can answer from both of you. Like the pattern is 15, 20, 25. What would be the next number?
30 and 30.
Sir, 30 and 35.
Correct, 30 and 35. Over here also, if you look at the gap between the two numbers, you have added plus 5, again plus 5, plus 5, and plus 5. So you see in every question, the pattern is different. In some, you are adding plus 4. In some patterns, you just multiplied by 2. In some, you added whole numbers to it. In some, you added odd numbers to it. In the last one, again, you are adding plus 5. So the pattern in which you add same number again and again, the pattern in which you are adding same number again and again, like we are adding 5 again and again over here. We are adding 4 again and again over here. We are adding 2 again and again over here. So those patterns are known as arithmetic progressions. They are known as arithmetic progressions. And in short, we call them as AP. In short, it is known as AP. Got it? वो patterns जिसमें every time same number is getting added, those patterns are known as AP. Say for example, I'll give you another example. The pattern is 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you see the difference between all two consecutive numbers. इनके बीच में the gap is of 2. The difference between these two numbers are 2. The distance between these two numbers is 2. इनके बीच में भी difference 2 का है. So they are known as AP. Just a second. Okay. Similarly, if you have another pattern, say for example, you have 8, then you have 11, then you have 14, then you have 17. So over here also see the gap between first two numbers of 3. The gap between next two numbers of 3. The next gap between next two numbers is of 3. तो जब भी consecutive numbers के बीच में same difference हो, then and then we call that pattern arithmetic progression. And the difference between that two numbers is known as common difference. Any confusion with this? Ojaswita or Kiran, any confusion with these two concepts?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Now, how do we identify whether the pattern is AP or not? हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि AP है या नहीं? There can be many patterns. There are so many different types of patterns which we just saw. So how do we come to know क्या ये AP है या नहीं? So let's see. So if it is asked about it, so how do we check? So over here in an AP, the first term is always known as A1. The next term is known as A2. The next term is known as A3, A4. हम उनको numbering दे देंगे. A1 is the first term, A2 is the second, A3 third, A4 fourth term, A5 fifth term. We have given them the numbers. Next what? We will find out the difference between all the consecutive numbers. Okay? So let's see. This was the pattern. I'm going to find out the difference between A2 and A1. So A2 is 6 minus 4. Difference between these two numbers I'm finding out currently. So 6 minus 4. That's 2. Okay. Next, I'm going to find out the difference between the next two terms. That's A3 and A2. That's 8 minus 6. वापस 2 मिला. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake in writing. It was A3 and A2. Just a second. Sorry. Fine. Again, next numbers A4 and A3. So A4 is 10, A3 is 8. 10 minus 8, 2. A5 and A4. That's again 12 minus 10, 2. If the difference is same, then yes, it is an AP. Hope you're writing this. Are you all writing?
So we have to write it.
Okay, no problem. As of now, it's okay if you have not written. The next question onwards, just write it and tell it. Okay, do one thing. Orally only tell you. You'll tell me. Okay. Another question. I'm giving you a pattern. You tell me whether it's AP or not. The pattern is, say, 13. Then you have 18. Then you have 23. Then you have 28. Okay. Is this an AP or not? How do we come to know? We are going to bifurcate them. A1, A2, A3, A4. What is the difference between first two numbers? Kiran, what's the difference between first two numbers? 18 and 13.
5, sir.
5, very good. Ojaswita, you tell me what is the difference between the next two numbers, A3 and A2? You'll have to unmute yourself. Ojaswita? I think.
Sir, 5.
Correct, very good. That's 23 minus 18, that's 5. Okay, next, A4 minus A3. A4 is 28 minus 23. Kiran, what's the answer for this?
What's up?
What is the answer for difference of these two numbers?
5.
So is it an AP? Yes, it is
Yes,
an
sir.
AP. Correct. Fine. Let's move on to one more example to understand it better. Now, over here, the number is, say, 20. Then you have 24. Then you have 29. Then you have 34. Then you have 39. Okay, these are the numbers. So we are going to take it the same way. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Okay, what's the difference between the first two numbers?
4.
4. What about the next two numbers? Ojaswita? 29 minus 24. 29 minus 24. Subtract that. It's
Sorry, what is the question?
the question is the next two number A2 and A3. जब हम उन्हें subtract करें, so what you are going to get? $29 and 24. उनको subtract करने पे हमें क्या मिलता है? Quite simple.
5.
Correct. 5. Okay. Next two numbers A4 and A3. 34 and 29. That's again 5.
5.
Are you getting same numbers? One time you are getting 4, one time you are getting 5, one time you are getting 5. Is the difference same? No. So, no, it is not an AP. तो इस तरह से हमें पता चल सकता है कि वो AP है या नहीं है. ठीक है? Any confusion with this?
No, sir.
Now this time it's going to be a bit tricky. क्योंकि अब मैं numbers थोड़े से change करने वाला हूँ. Instead of whole numbers, I'm going for decimal values. तो आपको decimal में check करके मुझे बताना है AP है या नहीं. ठीक है? The numbers are 1.3, then you have 2.5, then you have 3.7, then you have 4.9. These are the numbers. Okay, let me put up one more number, 6.1. Okay, these are the numbers. Now you have to tell me whether it's an AP or not. So who is going to start first? Kiran, what's the difference between A2 and A1? 2.5 minus 1.3.
1.2.
Correct, 1.2. Okay. Ojaswita, you tell me what is the difference between the next two terms? A3 minus A2.
Sir, 1.2.
1.2, correct. Kiran, what about the next two numbers? 4.9 and 3.7.
2.1.
Is it 2.1?
No, 1.1.
See, 4.9 minus 3.7. So 9 minus 7 will give you 2. And 4 minus 3 is going to give you 1. So it's 1.2 itself. Okay. And the next two numbers, A5 minus A4, 6.1 minus 4.9, 6.1 minus 4.9. So again, that will give you 2.
Sir, 1.2.
Correct. It's also 1.2. So the difference is same. So yes, it is an AP. Correct? Okay. एक fraction का try करें. What do you all say? Should, right? The number is 1 upon 1, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 4. What do you think? Will this be an AP? Just assume. Will it be AP or not? फिर हम check करते हैं. लग रहा है AP होना चाहिए, है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Let's check it out whether it's AP or not. Okay, so we give the numbers. We assume this to be A1, A2, A3, A4. What's the difference between A2 and A1? How do we subtract fractions? Fractions को subtract करने के लिए कुछ नया करना पड़ता है. Can we subtract the
If
fractions
we need
directly?
the same denominator.
Very good, Kiran. That's correct. You need to make the denominators same. So how do you make the denominator same? By taking LCM. If I'm not wrong, तो 2 और 1 का LCM 2 ही होगा. So multiplied by 1, multiplied by 1, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2. So what I'm going to get? 1 minus 2 upon 2. That's minus 1 by 2. Okay. What about A3 minus A2? A3 is 1 by 3. A2 is 1 by 2. What would be the LCM of 3 and 2?
6.
Perfectly fine. 6. So we will multiply by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3. Very good. Okay. So that's 2 minus 3 upon 6. That's minus 1 by 6. Is the difference same?
No.
Is it same? No.
No.
So will it be an AP?
No.
No, sir.
Therefore, no. It's not an AP. सही है? Quite easy to understand. चलो एक और
Yes, sir.
धमाकेदार question. What about this? 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Will this be an AP or not? Tricky? क्या कहते हो? क्या ये AP होगा या नहीं? What do you suggest? Kiran?
Yes, I think it's.
It is. Okay. Ojasweta, what do you think?
So even I also think it is like.
It is an AP. Okay. So both of you are thinking it's an AP. Let's check.
Yes, sir.
What would be the difference of A2 and A1? 7 minus
0.
7.
Sir, 0.
Perfect. What about A3 and A2? That's also 0.
0.
0.
Yes.
What about A4 and A3? That's also
Answer
0.
will be 0.
So the same answer you're getting, that means it is an AP. Therefore, yes, it's an AP. So both of you were correct. Right. So it's very easy to find out whether a number is an AP or not. Correct? Okay. Now we have learned two things today. First, how to find whether a number is AP or not. Second, we have also learned to find the difference between the two numbers, the common difference. Like in this, the common difference is coming up to be 0. In the previous question, where we had got same number, so every time we could find out the common difference. Okay. Now what? So we are going to learn a formula to derive an AP. Now that's going to be again interesting. Okay. And the formula is very simple. If somebody asks you, say for example, if the question is that there's an AP 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, ऐसा एक पैटर्न दिया हुआ है. अगर कोई आपको पूछे कि what will be the 1000th term of this AP, इसका 1000th term कौन सा होगा? कैसे पता करोगे? चलो, let's not go for 1000. I'll make it simple. If somebody asks you, what will be the 8th term of the AP? This is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. 8th term कौन सा होगा? Think about it. It's very easy. It's okay if you give wrong answer. तभी तो सीखने मिलते हैं. Go ahead, give it a try.
29.
Okay, 29. ठीक है. What about you, Jaswita? What do you think? What would be the 8th term?
Sir, 29.
29. Chalo, let's check. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So we have to find 6th, 7th, 8th term. So the
Sir,
sixth
sorry,
term will
it's
be,
26.
okay, you want to go for 26? Okay, let's see. This is the fifth term, 17. The next term would be 20. Then the next term will be 23. And the next term will be 26. So the eighth term will be definitely 26. That's correct. Okay. What if somebody asks you what is the 100th term? 8th term तो चलो आपने कैलकुलेट कर लिया and it went correctly. क्या 100 टर्म तक सोचेंगे हम लोग ऐसे? चलो मान लो सोच भी लिया 100 तक, कोई 1000 पूछे तो पेज भर जाएगी, बुक भर जाएगा, पता नहीं आंसर मिलेगा या नहीं. करेक्ट? तो देयर शुड बी इजी वे जिससे हम आराम से ऐसे आंसर्स कैलकुलेट कर सके. तो वो इजी मेथड क्या है? दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न. ओके, सी, in an AP the first term is always denoted by A. The first term is always denoted by A. जो सेकंड टर्म होता है उसमें क्या होता है? देयर इज सम नंबर एडेड टू इट. मान लो हमने एक नंबर D ऐड किया उसके साथ, ठीक है? फिर नेक्स्ट नंबर में क्या होगा? और एक बार D ऐड होगा उसके साथ. तो A प्लस D तो था ही, प्लस D is getting added. Okay, that means it is equal to A plus 2D. This is equal to A plus 1D. This is equal to A plus 0D. Okay, what about this? इसमें फोर्थ टर्म में एक और बार हम D ऐड करेंगे. So how many times we are adding D? 3D.
4 times. Sorry,
ठीक है?
3
A
times.
and 3D. Okay. फिफ्थ टर्म में क्या होगा? One more D will be added. Already 3 तो थे, तो हम एक फोर्थ D ऐड कर देंगे. So it will be A plus 4D. अगर सिक्स्थ टर्म हुआ तो it would be A plus D plus D plus D plus D plus D. हर बार एक एक D ऐड होते जा रहा है. And it will give you A plus 5D. You're seeing some pattern is being formed over here. Correct? A तो हमेशा 1 है, और यहाँ पे जो भी नंबर है on this side, if it is 6, here it is 5 times D. It's 5, 4 times D, 4, 3 times D, 3, 2 times D, 2, 1 time D, 1, 0 time D. Correct? There's a pattern being formed. तो अगर कोई आपको पूछे A9 है, तो A9 का मतलब क्या होना चाहिए? A plus how many D?
A8 होना.
8D.
A plus 8D होना चाहिए.
Very good, that's correct. अगर कोई पूछे A21, A21 में क्या होना चाहिए? A plus
A plus 20.
20D. That's correct, very good. और अगर कोई पूछे AN मतलब A plus उस N में से एक कम, so N minus 1 D. So this is the formula to calculate nth term of an AP. अगर ये फॉर्मूला आपको पता हो तो इसकी मदद से आप कोई भी नंबर ढूंढ सकते हो इस एपी का. ठीक है, हमने जस्ट चेक किया. इसको एग्जाम्पल के साथ करके देखते हैं. लेट्स टेक अप द सेम एग्जाम्पल जो हमने ऊपर लिया था, 5, 8, 11, 14 वाला. ओके, सो एपी इज 5, 8, 11, 14, 17 डॉट डॉट डॉट. इसमें what is the first term of the AP? Which is the first number of this AP? सबसे पहला नंबर कौन सा है?
5.
5, करेक्ट. कितने का डिफरेंस है 8 and 5 के बीच में, या 11 and 8 के बीच में? What is the
Sir,
difference?
3.
3, करेक्ट. और हमें मैंने कौन से नंबर ढूंढने को बोला था? आपको एथ टर्म ढूंढने को बोला था. ठीक है, तो अगर हम यही फॉर्मूला यूज करें, A8 will be A plus 8 minus 1D. A की जगह पे मैं 5 रखूंगा. 8 minus 1 7 होता है, और D है 3. So that means 5 plus 21, 26. सही आया. यही आंसर कहा था किरण ने, और हमने जब चेक किया था तभी भी वो 26 ही आ रहा था. कहाँ गया? Where did it go? ये रहा 26. सही है, इजी. और अगर इसी पैटर्न से मुझे किसी ने जैसे मानो 101st टर्म ढूंढने को बोला कि what would be the 101st term, तो I can calculate that also. What is A? A is the first term, that is 5. कितने का डिफरेंस है? D is 3, we know. और हमें कौन से नंबर का टर्म ढूंढना है? 101, right? So if I substitute all these values in the formula, I'll get A 101 is equal to A plus 101 minus 1 D. That is equal to A plus 100D. A की वैल्यू है तो है 5, 100 to 100 है, और D की जगह पे I'll put 3. So I'll get 5 plus 300. 300 plus 5, 305. ये लो, कितनी इजीली मुझे 101st टर्म मिल गया, है कि नहीं? करेक्ट. फिर मैंने आपको पूछा था 1000 टर्म कौन सा हुआ, तो आप 1000 वाला टर्म भी ढूंढ सकते हो. A 1000 means A plus 1000 minus 1D. That is equal to 5 plus 999 into 3. अच्छा, ये मल्टीप्लीकेशन आप लोगों को मुझे करके बताना पड़ेगा. What is 999 into 3? If I think everybody can help me out with it. 9 3s are 27, 2 carry over. 9 3s are 27.
So
9.
2997.
Perfect. Very good. 2997. And if I add 5 to it, 3002. सोचो, इतने बड़े हमने बिना कोई मेहनत किए we found out the 100th term of the AP. Interesting, is it?
Yes, sir.
So this is how we are going to use this method. So whenever any AP is given to you, what you need to do is you should know the first term of it, you should know the common difference, and you should know the number of term जो हमें ढूंढना है. अगर ये तीनों चीजें पता है तो आप उसकी वैल्यू बहुत इजीली ढूंढ सकते हो. Let's take one more example to understand this in better. I'm writing the formula over here so that it will be useful for you. This is the formula we just derived, right? एक और क्वेश्चन ट्राई करते हैं. If AP is 5, 11, 17, 23, dot dot dot. Okay, what is the first term of this AP? इसका
So
first
5.
term क्या है? 5. Very good. What is the difference? Difference between any two consecutive terms?
6.
6. Very good. 11 minus 5 6, 17 minus 11 6. So difference is 6. ठीक है. अब मैं आपको पूछता हूँ find the 51st term of the AP. 51st term मतलब A plus 50D. So that's 5 plus 50 into 6. कैलकुलेट करके मुझे बताओ कितना आ रहा है.
305.
305. That's perfectly correct. Very good. Okay. If I ask you to find the 101st term, so 101st term will be 101 minus 1 यानी कि 100. A plus 100D. See what is the answer coming up to be?
605.
That's correct, Kiran. So just with you are also getting the same answer.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So it's 605. Is it easy?
Yes, sir.
So this is all about arithmetic progression. We have just understood the basics of it, right? We will be having the further class in which we are going to learn about this chapter in detail. As of now, you have any understanding problem with this question or with the AP? कुछ confusion अभी तक जो भी हमने किया उसमें? नहीं, ठीक है. So we will be having further discussion on the topic in our classes, ठीक है? Let's ask Kapil sir.
Yeah, thanks, Parth sir, for this lovely session. I hope Ujasita, Kiran, Khadija, I think she has joined later on. So probably
Oh,
आपको पूरा क्लास अटेंड नहीं करना पड़ेगा, बस you have joined later on. But I hope, see, this was a demo class we had planned for you guys. So you should have an understanding that how the classes would be happened on our platform. So you will get an idea about our platform also and our instructor, our teacher also. ठीक है? That was an agenda. Now going forward, अगर आपको लगता है तो this particular course is already going on, ठीक है, और 5 सर ही आगे क्लास लेंगे आपकी, तो आप our team will get in touch with you, your parents, and कोई डाउट है आपका अभी at this moment you want to ask something? उजस्सिता, किरण, खदीजा, अगर आपके पेरेंट्स साथ में हैं, कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं, आई एम कपिल फ्रॉम द एडमिन टीम ऑफ eKal Academy. Yes.
Sir, can we find the AP of negative numbers also?
yes, we can definitely. AP has negative numbers also.
Okay.
You want to have a look at one of the questions similar to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kapil sir, like you can take over. आप पहले बता दीजिए, फिर मैं बताऊँ या
हाँ जी, नहीं, आप पहले अपना इनका डाउट क्लियर कर दीजिए, उसके बाद में
Done. Okay. Yes, so let's have a look at one of the negative numbers also. See, if we take another example, say the AP is -4, then you have -10, then you have -16, and so on. So all these are negative numbers, right? Over here, what is the first term of the number? Which is the first term?
-4.
-4.
-4 itself, correct. What is the difference between the two numbers? So
6.
this difference,
Sir, 6.
you'll have to check whether it is plus or minus. So how do we check? We subtract the second term and the first term. So that's -10 minus -4. Correct. Second term, that is -10 minus the first term, that's -4. So when you do it, you get -10 plus 4. That's -6. So yes, the difference is -6, correct. Now if somebody asks you, what is the 11th term of this AP? So 11th term would be, what is 11 minus 1?
10.
10. So A plus 10D. Now A is -4, 10 is 10 itself, and D is -6. So you will have -4 plus -60. Plus minus means again minus. So you'll have -4 minus 60. If both the negative numbers are there, we add them and sign off bigger number. So the term will be -64. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this way you can find the AP for the negative numbers also. Right? You can find out any number, whether it's positive, negative. You can find the 100, 1000, 10,000. Whatever number you want to find, you can find out with the simple formula of AP. Okay. Yes. Any other confusion?
No, sir.
Perfect. Yes, Kapil sir. Kapil sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, any other doubt or question related to the eKal Academy? कुछ question है, अगर आपके parents आपके साथ में हैं, उनको कोई questions हैं related to, see, we have, थोड़ा सा मैं brief कर देता हूँ आपको. eKal Academy is a digital initiative of Kalorex group itself, ठीक है. हम इस platform पे academics के साथ साथ skill enhancement course भी हम लोग यहाँ पे launch करते हैं. जैसे आपने, अगर आप ekalacademy.com पे गए होगे, आपने देखा होगा कई वहां पे कोर्स related to dance and some other skill enhancement also. Very soon we are coming up with very exciting and interesting course related to coding and also related to chess. So many other different skill enhancement courses are coming up, age specific. इसके अलावा यहाँ तक हम academies की बात करते हैं, board examination courses. तो क्लास 10th के लिए हमारे पास में मैथमेटिक्स तो है ही, 5 सर हैं वहाँ पे. इसके साथ साथ हमारे पास में साइंस का भी प्रोग्राम चल रहा है फॉर अ कंप्लीट ईयर, जिसमें फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, बायोलॉजी तीनों के बहुत ही एक्सपीरियंस्ड एंड क्वालिफाइड टीचर्स हमारे पास में हैं, जो बहुत अलग अलग बिल्कुल सेपरेट सेशंस लेंगे आपके, फिजिक्स के अलग, केमिस्ट्री के अलग, बायोलॉजी के अलग। तो अगर आप एनरोल करना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज लेट अस नो, ठीक है। विद द मैथमेटिक्स, आपने आज डेमो क्लास देख ही लिया मैथमेटिक्स का। कोई क्वेश्चन है आपका किसी भी तरीके का eKal एकेडमिक से रिलेटेड? किरण, उजसिता, खदीजा, कोई क्वेश्चन है आपका? नो?
No, sir.
Okay. So I hope you like this session, and thanks once again, thanks Parth sir for this session, or thanks for your time for joining this session. If you have any question, so I'm just mentioning my number here, although you will get the number on the email ID as well. But my name is Kapil, and my number is, I'm just mentioning the chat. So you can write down this number and you can call me anytime. And if you have any queries, and if you want to enroll in the course, I will you can reply on the, on the email ID also. तो आपको एक हम लिंक शेयर करेंगे, वहां से आप एनरोल कर सकते हैं इन प्लेटफॉर्म पे, इन कोर्सेज के लिए हमारे eKal प्लेटफॉर्म। ओके, fine.
Sir, actually, I think the chat. Ujjaswit and Kiran, are you able to see the number?
No,
Sorry,
sir.
sorry.
No,
I
sir.
have, I have just. Oh, sorry, sorry.
Okay. So you can note down Kapil sir's number. Or should I write it on the whiteboard, sir?
1 second. I have actually messaged to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Now it's available. Now it's visible. Is it visible, right, to everybody?
Yes. Yes.
Good, good, great. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो we'll wind up this session. ठीक है. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a great weekend, all of you.
Bye. Take care, all.
Yeah. See you. Bye bye.
Okay, I'm ending up with the meeting, sir. Bye, everyone.